All right, what's going on, crew? Danny Drew here. And you know what? I wasn't going to post anything today. I wasn't going to record any videos, but I had an interesting conversation with somebody who is a pretty well-known speaker. And it kind of made me think a lot about my own journey, learning to become better at public speaking and just expressing myself, and also how important that is to being a better Catan player. Yes, on this channel, we play a ton of online Catan, and that is kind of the main focus. But what I've found playing over the board is that you will dramatically improve your overall Catan skills and abilities when you start to appreciate how important the social game actually is. Now, it's kind of strange because when I first started playing Catan competitively, I had a lot of the social skills already down. I came in with confidence. I had a lot of verbal fluency like I do now. I can express myself and talk and public speak, whatever. And then I had to learn a lot of the technical pieces that you see when I'm playing. Not a lot of people are in that camp usually. I would say a lot of people, especially students that I've trained, they struggle with the social ability. They get anxieties while playing with other people, especially in person. And it's made me realize that it's something I need to talk more about with you. I think a lot of people that have done content in the past, they don't talk about the social game as much because I think there's kind of like two camps. There's either people that learn these skills at a very young age and it's kind of been ingrained early on, or they had a period of their time in life where they had to unravel some of the hardened layers and kind of go through some painful experiences of understanding, why do I struggle socially? Why do I deal with tons of anxiety when I deal with these situations? That's me. So like in high school and even college, I wasn't a socially inept person by any means, but I was crippled by social anxieties badly. Like, yes, I could speak with friends and smaller groups, but I always had this underlying feeling of just like tension. And because of that, I dealt with a lot of like mental fog and like I just couldn't speak for periods of time without losing my mind, so to speak. So in my mid-20s, as it became more professional and realized the importance of speaking, especially in the career that I was in doing sales, I invested in myself. I put a lot of effort into improving my voice, my articulations, my mental clarity. And through literally years and years, hours, hundreds, thousands of hours of improving this, and still even to this day, I invest into it, I've learned a few things that I think we could find applicable to the Catan world. So I want to just share these with you. If they resonate, great. If they don't, whatever, right? This is my channel, my video. Enjoy it. So if you want to improve yourself socially and your verbal fluency, the first thing I would say is do it daily. If you, for the next 30 days, decided I'm going to record myself 10 to 15 minutes, I don't care what you talk about. You could talk about the sky, you can talk about your vacation, you can talk about your anxieties, Catan strategy, pick a topic, pick a prompt, and record yourself talking for 10 to 15 minutes. And then you spend another 10 minutes reflecting on the recording, listen to your tonality, your pacing. Were you really fast? Were you really slow? Did you have lots of ums and ahs, filler words? If you did that and reflected for 30 days every day, you would improve your speaking 2 to 3x. Just having a feedback loop. So I would highly recommend that. What I found after doing that, I did that over a summer one time, that I was getting so much progress learning from myself. I started to invest into actual coaches and mentors to listen to me, give me feedback. And I remember I even ended up getting 4 sessions with a vocal coach out of LA. And she gave me all this great feedback on the technical ways of speaking and how to present yourself, body language. So I would highly recommend to start with step 1 there and just get your feet wet, start to listen to yourself, and you'll be surprised how much progress you can make. And it should be super exciting. The second piece of advice I would give you is if you find when you're speaking and you have clarity issues, you're not concise, or maybe it's just not coming out the way that you envision in your mind, well, I can tell you this: the way that you think and the way that you speak are more or less identical. And this is a really big one, right? Like if you're having issues speaking with clarity and precision, it's because your thinking is not clear and precise. And that's an interesting one to kind of tackle. What I found was really helpful was actually writing. Because when you're writing and you're doing it daily, essentially you're putting your thoughts onto paper. You can also type as well. It's, find some way to get your thoughts onto some sort of device or paper. And what you're going to find is if you do that consistently, you're going to notice patterns of how you think. You're going to be able to take some of your old patterns and look at them and analyze them and edit them. That is one thing I feel like if every day you did the recording exercise for speaking, and then you did, let's say, 10 to 15 minutes of writing your thoughts, journaling, it will give you such an immense amount of clarity and help you in your way to self-expression. So the speaking, the writing's great. What else can I say about this? I do think exposure therapy is really helpful. So to be able to go out, practice this, Toastmasters, I've done a few different Toastmasters throughout my life, which, was pretty nerve-wracking, but at least gave me an outlet. For me, I get a lot of enjoyment of doing the channel, and that's kind of like my outlet. I also do a lot of things professionally related to speaking and sales. But yeah, I think it's just made me aware. The reason I'm doing this video is how important the social game actually is. But all right, I want to leave it there for now. Just kind of a quick thought, some things to keep in mind. Let me know. Would you like more structured content around this? Not like I'm going to change the whole channel to be all about social and verbal fluency, but it really is such an important part of being a successful, well-adjusted, well-rounded Catan player that I think we have to find ways to at least give you some direction and help you in that way. All right, guys, that's all. I'm in a good place. I'm focused. I'm locked in with you. So I want to say thank you for coming here. Thank you for supporting the channel. And let me know. Give me your comments below. I'll catch up with you soon. Peace, guys.